you guys are all ladies here, and you're in this business that blurs the lines between professional and personal, because an agent, I know a lot of agents that are just good with people, and they're actually not really that fantastic on like the business negotiations, keeping up on the market. But no one cares about that. Like, clients really don't care about that. It's all about liking you as the individual and feeling comfortable with you. But you get people sliding the DMs and they're being weird.
My goodness.
And it's like, the thing that I could empathize or at least understand, which would be hard, is I say yes to when I was hustling and actually not semi-retired, I say yes to every lead. Like, okay, let's do it, and I wouldn't have to be super concerned about my safety or what their intention was, because no chick's really going to be like, get a fake pre-approval to
hurt you
go look at a property, and try to take me on a date. You know what I mean? But a guy would definitely do that. Oh, so how do you decipher that? Because I would imagine that you could miss legitimate people for thinking they're playing around, and then some people playing around can trick you and waste your time, or even worse. So
you gotta vet people. You got to.
Do you think your judgment's always 100%? Like, how do you know, like,
you don't know until you know, because you know what I mean? It's hard to differentiate like who's for real, who's not. So you honestly, unfortunately, I don't know until I know, but I don't shy away business. Even if I feel like somebody's being like a little inappropriate or not business savvy, I'm just like, okay, we just got to go through it. I just got to see what it's about, because again, I can be wrong. I can be so used to one thing, and then this one person is just being genuinely kind, and they may really be a legit buyer or seller. You just never know until you know.
Right.
So that's my tactic.
Yeah. No, I agree with that, because I feel like there probably have been times where like I probably left money on the table because I thought that, somebody was being a certain type of way. But like, just to give an example, there's this guy that has been in my DMs for months, like saying that like he's an investor, and anytime I post a home, he like messages me about the home, like, well, what would I need to put down? It sounds very serious, but in between, like if I put something on my story, it's like, I love a woman who's about their business.
Oh, no.
And it's like, okay, well, thanks. Like, I don't know, because on one end of things, I see like you on social media and it looks like, you're into investing or whatever. And so you might be a legit lead, but at the same time, I don't care that you love a woman who's about their business. Like, so then understand that I'm about my business and all we're going to talk about is business. Like, I don't know. We talked about this on your other podcast, how sometimes I just ignore people when I feel like they're being inappropriate. And I think that me having that kind of reaction, sometimes it saves me, and then other times it probably hurts me. I would never know because I've never gone through with it.
Yep.
So
I feel the same.
Yeah, I think that's challenging. So do you have a business and professional page, or you just have them blended together?
I have
What's your
two separate.
strategy? Yeah?
Yeah. And sometimes I think about blending them together because I'm like, well, it's not like I'm posting anything crazy or inappropriate, but I do kind of like keeping them separate, just because you never know what kind of clientele you're going to have. Mine are separate.
I post many inappropriate things.
Me too. I do.
On my
I'm
page.
not gonna lie.
when Shayna said I got two separate ones, because I heard Bree go,
I felt that in my soul. Like, I just made a business one because I'm like, my life is too I'm too crazy outside of work. But
I think it's weird because being an authentic person has benefits, but obviously putting your personal and business together can be complicated. But then it's hard to manage two pages. I'll never post on a business page because then I got to go over there, and then I don't know.
that was my problem.
If you want to work with me, you work with me, and I'm a person. Like, I have other thoughts. Like,
Yes.
I feel the same way. I kind of say like, what you see is what you get with me.
Right.
Like, you know, like I like to I dance, and I don't do nothing crazy. I mean, I just be dancing. Like,
I just be dancing.
and this is me. And you know what I mean? I'm
Yeah.
I'm gonna treat you the same. I'm very professional. It doesn't take away from who I am as a genuine person, but I love to dance. I'm gonna be
Like
dancing.
to have fun.
Like to
Yeah.
have fun. You know what I mean?
But it's
So-
funny because we might even think that might, turn someone away, and they might like it more because
Yeah.
they're
Yeah.
seeing that. Yeah,
That's
it's a
my
tough
argument.
balance.
It's
Yeah.
like, because, people want to work with the people they can relate to, like the cousin thing, you know, that
Right.
bond there. Like, they got to feel like they're your cousin. Otherwise, then the best people are when you get along really well. Like,
Yeah.
then they
Yeah.
listen to you. You're having a very fluid conversation. When they're like half skeptical or like you're just not vibing, like I feel like they're not getting the best because they're standoffish.
Yeah.
And then your experience also as an agent is not as good, I feel like.
I agree
agree.
with that.
I mean, I had separate pages, but like you said, like managing. First of all, I struggle managing the one that I have. So once you start adding other stuff, it's like, okay, I'm just gonna be me. And then to go back to what we talked about, like, and Ryan just brought up, like the cousin thing. Like, I feel like I'm personable, so I want you to see me and know that like I'm not just an agent, because on top of that, I've had people like contact me simply because maybe they were like a single mom and had a son, but they see on my Instagram that I have a son too. We relate
Yes.
to, you know, being boy moms or whatever, and they're like, okay, well, you know, I want you to represent me because I see you have a young son too.
Yeah.
Just different things like that, that if I had that separate page and maybe that's where they found
They
me,
would've missed that.
they may not have known that. But then at the same time, if I'm at the beach or something, it's like, do I post? But I've gotten to the point where I've come to the conclusion that I'm not for everybody. So I can be myself, still be professional, still be respectful, because I'm the type, I don't even wear things that I feel that I'm not comfortable in. So I feel like if I'm comfortable going out in public looking a certain type of way, I'm comfortable enough posting it too.
Right.
So now I'm just like, I'm me.
Yeah.
I'm me. And I started to see, this is why I started talking in the first place. When I got rid of the business page and just started doing personal, I started to see my clients, I don't know, it felt like they started to respect my time more, because now it's like, I know that you're not just Candace the agent, you're Candace the mom, the wife, and all the other stuff too, because they see all of that on my social media. So we not doing all of that. I'm gonna let my baby drown in the tub, text you back. I'm not.
Seriously.
We not doing that, because now you see. You saw before you even hired me that I had a young son.
I gotta stop posting these pool pics then, huh? Because they're like, man, he's just sitting by the pool. This man, he ain't doing nothing. He don't look busy at all. He need to go show me 100 houses.
That's the truth.